Hello? Can you hear me? Can you give me a thumbs up if you hear me? Can you please comment thumbs up if you can hear me? All right, let's give it a couple more minutes. See if anybody else joins us. Okay, I'll be right back. Can you guys hear me? This is okay. Can't get any answers from anybody. So I'm gonna get started. As I promised on my Instagram page, this is gonna be my first live where I am going to show the latest analog collages and some digital collages that I have created. I thought it would be great to show them live, as yesterday I was supposed to have and be part of a art fair here in Westerville in the state of Ohio, and I was not able to do that because the weather was misbehaving. So we had a lot of rain. Actually, it got cold. This weather is killing me. But I heard it's actually all over the world. The weather this spring is a bit wacky and is causing all sorts of problems for people. So this will be my first introduction live, where I'd like to talk to you about my body of work, my practice, where I'm coming from, how it all got started. I'm hoping not to take too much of your time, probably just an hour tops, unless there are some questions coming in. If you're watching me on YouTube, I would prefer if you come and watch me on Instagram at Tetyana Hubska Art. Actually, it matches my YouTube channel. Reason being is that I have comments open on the Instagram, and since I'm still new and I don't do vlogging, so this is completely new and to me, and so I will not be able to see whatever you're posting in the YouTube channel. And on Instagram, at least, you can ask me questions. I can see them and answer them as well. So to start, I am originally from Ukraine. I've been living in the USA since 2007 in different states. However, the state where I'm living right now and I called home 10 years ago is in Columbus, Ohio. That's where I'm located. And today I'm from one of my several home studios that I have. I'm sitting here. I decided to meet with my followers and the folks that already own and collect my art, and as you know, show you my latest artworks. Uh, See if you have any questions for me and would you like to know. Would love to talk to you and see what are you up to and what kind of art do you prefer or like, and if there are any art pieces that stand out to you from my collection. I would love to hear your comments and see what you have to say, because your opinion matters to me, and I do create the art not just for myself, but also it's a reflection of my internal struggles and emotional landscape. So I bet it probably resonates with a lot of people around me as well. And in these turbulent times, let's call them that way, it's kind of hard to process everything that's going on. So this is my way of processing and putting the emotions on paper with paper and also with colors. For those who don't know, I create watercolor botanicals. Also, I create botanicals with pencils, graphite pencils, and also ink pens and ink brushes and all sorts of materials that are ink related. I started in acrylics and oils later, but I came across the botanical watercolors school by Natalia Kupchak. She's located in Ukraine, in Kyiv, and she's an amazing teacher and mentor as well. And I've learned a lot of botanical artwork from her and from her classes. So before that, I used to do just acrylic, whatever I liked. So mostly it was landscapes, seascapes, and objects. Whatever I could find that would interest me and where I would feel confident enough to paint, I would give it a try. So later I picked up oils. It was very intimidating for me to paint with oils, and I did it for a couple of years. However, after some time, I felt like oils actually started giving me a physical reaction. So after painting with oils and like using the minerals to clean the brushes and uh, just clean up after using them, I noticed that my stomach was not feeling well. So, and I did it at first. I didn't know that was actually what was happening, but at some point, I realized that yeah, it is connected to the usage of oil paints. For those joining you, hi, thank you. This is my introduction session today. One of one, because I don't think I've ever done these before. So, I mean, if I did, it was something else. It wasn't really introduction. Probably a third one in the lifetime, because I'm not a speaker and I don't like coming out and speaking in front of people. So forgive me if I'm nervous, if I'm breathing heavily. Let me know if you hear me. Again, thumbs up in the comments just to confirm you can hear me well. I'll wait. I can see the comments, so if you can comment thumbs up that you can hear me, give me thumbs up. No thumbs up. All right. Well, I'm gonna continue because this was the whole purpose of this live stream, just to introduce myself again and show you the latest analog collages that I've been working on and answer the questions. So to continue my story, after I got introduced to the watercolors, it became the medium that I absolutely love, because you can take it with you when you travel. You can actually work from home. It's easy to clean, but it's not easy to work with. So, and for me personally, I really don't like bringing a lot of materials with me when I travel. Like, my mindset is very organized, and I like to have a lot of space, and I like to have things right in front of me, and to work with the papers for the watercolors. It's um, uh, you need it needs to be, well, for me personally, right? So it needs to be flat. I like a certain way how I create my art. So when I travel, even with the small sketchbooks, like, I don't like to hold it and put it on the chair or something like that. It's just not convenient. um, so couple years back, actually, I think it was, yes, it was summer of 2024. I went with my mom to the beach, and I didn't bring anything with me except for my phone. And um, I really wanted to create, because the whole ambience of the ocean and the beach is like my healing place. It helps me relax. So when you're relaxed, you find energy to do something, and that's exactly what happens to me. And since I had only my phone on me, I started playing with different apps, photo apps, or like editing apps for the photographs. I started putting one thing on top of the other based on the photographs that I've made on the trip. And I created a few artworks. And just a few months later, like about half a year later, in spring of 2025, is where I found out that it's called digital collage. And I was very surprised by that, because I didn't know it was a thing. So that's how my journey into digital collage have started. And I really love it, because, again, it's on my phone. And since a lot of us are having their life on their phones, it's an easy tool to go and use and utilize to create artwork. So that's how my very first series of This Beach Is Mine has been created. And I have a small artwork print to show you. This is one of the works that I've created. So this bird is a photograph from that trip in Florida, and in the background you can also see a beach with people. So the story behind it is my mom and I were walking down the shore, and there were like rocks. So we were going towards the beach, where there's like a sandy beach by the rocks, and there was this bird. It was just standing there, and I believe it's blue heron. I'll have to take a look at the photographs again, but I believe that's what the bird was. For those who are joining me from Ukraine, It's a chaplia. So yeah, so I took some photographs and I came so close to the bird and it was not afraid of me. And it was so fascinating to see the bird just washing its wings and stretching and, and looking at us and just the king of this place. And I could relate very much because I actually love going to the beach when it's off season, when there's nobody there. I'm kind of introverted. And well, kind of. I'm still exploring that, okay? So I think I'm more introverted than extroverted because I love spending time by myself and I don't feel bad about it. So I actually prefer that. So I think that's what nowadays people feel like that's what the extra introverted is or means. So yeah, so I kind of related to the bird, and I felt like, oh, this bird just owns this place and doesn't matter to him or her whether there is anybody at the beach or not. And it just felt so powerful. I'm like, okay. So I started creating the collages with it, and this was one of them. And I might have some more, but they might be hard to find right now. I didn't prepare that. But if you go to my Instagram page and scroll down to 2024, maybe you not maybe you'll probably find them there, or they're on my Instagram page. There's a link to my website on Saatchi Art, where you can find all the, not all, but some available artworks for purchase, and a lot of those artworks are there. The reason I'm saying not all of them are posted is because I just don't have physically enough time to do everything in a day, which, yeah, I need to fix that, but it's still in the works. So yes, so that was my first introduction to the world of digital collage. Uh, then I was taking some mentorship classes from specific Ukrainian artists who are established, and one of them is Taras Haida. You can look him up, and all his surrealistic works are just amazing. And I have a collection of his of how many? 5, 6. One of them is not on the wall, but 6 artworks that are done with pencil. And so I learned from him what the digital collage is, how to kind of, he showed me some tricks how to create them as well. So that was very cool. And that kind of gave me a new boost and confidence that digital artwork is also artwork. And especially if it's created nicely, it can resonate, it has concept behind it. It can be called fine art as well. So I do a lot of prints with those digital collages, and one recently, which I'll show you, have won an award, which I'm very excited about. Give me one moment. All right, so this artwork is called The Burdens We Carry. And here's the second place award that I have received this year for this artwork. So as you can see, you can create digital artwork, and it can it can really be felt like, something that you can collect, something of value and to you personally, and be connected emotionally to you. So it's yeah, I'm a collector myself of different artworks, and so I know what collectors feel when they see a piece that they like. um, all right. So, again, for those who are joining me on YouTube, if you can go to Instagram and uh, join the live there at Tetyana Hubska.art, I'll be able to see your comments and questions that you might have for me. If not, it's fine. I'm hoping this is not the first and the last time that I'm meeting any of you. I have plenty of supporters already, which I'm very grateful for, and I'm thankful. I'm sorry if I got my my mic on it, and it got you there with some noise, but hopefully not. However, so what I was saying is I have people who support me, and I greatly appreciate everybody who already collected my artworks and who have in their collection a piece or even two. And they have them around USA. Yes, mostly USA, because I try not to sell right now abroad because it's pretty hard to ship it. But if it's a fine print, then I am able to fulfill those orders if you send me an inquiry. All right, so exciting stuff. Sorry, I will mention one more thing. This year I started a few more classes for art. Oh, by the way, I totally forgot to mention. I started my art career in 2020 during COVID. So, like I said, this is how I found out that I'm an introvert. I was absolutely delighted um, that I had all time in the world to create art, something that I've never done before. So I started from scratch. I've never done anything artistic before that that included painting. So I finished music school. I did some cards, like greeting cards from cardstock and stuff like that, which when I dedicate myself into something, I really like develop it, and I do a lot of it, which that's what happened with the cards. But then I kind of left that, and I didn't do anything for many years. And in 2020, I kind of started painting. And then after joining the Natalia Kupchik watercolor school, I started doing the watercolors, as I mentioned. And then this year I took a class for sketching. And also I'm going to mention the Cave Collage School. It's a very cool course that lasted for 3 months, and so did the sketching. So I kind of, it just so happened that I was doing both classes at the same time. And just to mention, also, this is not my full time career. I have another career that I do. I'm a IT project manager, actually. So my mind is very analytical and organized, and that's where I really thrive. And I enjoy doing that stuff very much. However, art really became the way how I release my emotions or my stress, or on the contrary, it helps me concentrate. So botanical artworks that I do are very meditative. So it helps me concentrate on the now. Because if you come and you do botanical work when you're emotionally absolutely out of it or mad. My God, your artwork's gonna look like shit. Excuse my language, but yeah. So that happened to me too, and I'll show you my studio here in a second, and also not in a second, in a few moments. Okay, so before we end. So I can show you the full body of work, but today I'm going to concentrate only on collages. Um, so I think I mentioned everything. Why I said that I'm going to finishing up the course at the Cave Collage School is because I started doing analog collages. So I have the other studio, which is my dining room in the dining. The whole dining table is full of journals, magazines, books, and cutouts, and all kinds of stuff that I need to actually create collages. So it took me some time. It feels like it's easy, but it definitely not. With digital collage, you can go and search for a photograph because you have an idea as to what you want to create. But with analog collages, you create them from the materials that you find, and it's a limitation. It's a great limitation because it all depends on the quality of the magazines and books that you find, the images that you find, and yeah, and the way my mind works, I really struggle with the analog collage. However, I still created quite a few that I'm very proud of, and I'm going to introduce them to you today. So that was my half an hour introduction. Again, if you have any questions, go to Instagram, Tetyana Hubska.art, join my live, and I'll be happy to answer all the questions you might have. Maybe not all, depending, but most of them. All right, so here's one collage. Oh, by the way, a lot of them I don't have titles for. So if you have an idea of what the title should be, I'll be happy to listen to that and see, if it sticks and it resonates with me, I'll use that title. So I don't know if you guys have any questions. Well, yeah, I like surrealistic kind of artwork. I can't explain why or how I come by that. It's just, I think it's the way of escaping the reality, um, and some of them are also emotional, especially the digital collages, because they always start with emotion for me. Yeah. So like this is a digital collage, and it's called Power Within. And there are two variations of it. This is one. And this is the second one. So if you look at it, one is kind of behind the mirror and one is within. So these two basically represent how it looks from outside and how it looks for me from inside my world. So this is when the people see through the mirror. They don't see much, they just see some, and not much is being actually shown as to what's behind that mirror, except for the main figure and maybe some kind of world inner world, but this one is the inner world already shown, and it's the power within. So that's the story. Now I'll show you these little ones. And I'm going to remove this because I think it's not necessary. All right, so this is, okay, so these two are squares from the magazine that I found of a dress. So actually it was an image of a dress that I cut out in the squares. One of the collage techniques that is very popular is you take up some kind of interesting photograph that is not too busy, and then you cut out in the squares, and then you rearrange the squares to show a new kind of artwork, however you see it or how you like it. So this piece actually was like that. So I believe, one second. Yeah, I believe either this way or this way, these two are a piece of from that, like two pieces of squares from that from the dress. And so is this. You can actually see that it's fabric. However, when I started rearranging those squares, nothing was really working for me. So I didn't like it. And then I started turning the squares landscape wise. And that's where I like, okay, that looks like a landscape. And this one in particular looked like a desert to me. And then I found these goats as a the goats were also, like in the original image, they were just roaming the desert. I'm like, oh, those two go together. And also I cut out the sky. So the sky also doesn't belong there, or it didn't originally in the image. And that's how this image was created. And now it's a new artwork with a meaning behind it, or with a story behind it, not so much meaning. This one looked to me like the ocean with some iceberg, and so I cut out a boat, and the boat has a Statue of Liberty on it, because I'm hoping that that's our savior, maybe. Or at least it's a reminder that, hey, maybe it's coming to us, or maybe it's leaving us. We'll see. So that's for those two pieces. Then this one was just a play of different cutouts. Again, I'm juxtaposing different objects that are surreal. You will not see anywhere in your, in your normal surroundings, interior. But I really wanted to do something like this. So I was playing around, and that's what happened. I think that bear is really funny in there. Originally, it was right behind this curtain. Actually, it was looking very sweet, but I wanted him to struggle. So that's that piece. Okay, this I'll show last, I think. This one also was a play of different materials, and yeah, it has no meaning. Kind of 3D. I didn't want to put it under a glass. I probably will put it in a shadow box because it's gonna look very cool in a shadow box, kind of raised. So I'm gonna reframe this artwork um, so that yeah, it looks very cool. Okay, this artwork has no real meaning behind it. It's just playing around with different papers that I found or cut out. Again, if you guys have any questions, put them in the comments on my Instagram channel. I am there live right now. Okay. Let's see here. All right, so my favorite probably theme, and you will see it in my digital collages as well, is anything to do with the uh, atmosphere, universe, stars, moon. Um, I don't know. Moon is probably a favorite topic for a lot of artists. I do see that being a theme in the artworks of a lot of a lot of artworks, and I think for me it represents a little bit of kind of melancholy because it feels a bit lonely, like a witness to something, because it's cool and it comes only at night, and it doesn't give you a warmth or anything, but it's beautiful in itself. So there is nothing wrong with being sad or having melancholy, or feeling lonely. Loneliness can actually be a blessing where you can dig deep into yourself and find out what is it that you are fascinated about, or I love philosophy, so it shows in my works. Just to summarize, here's another artwork. So yeah, it's self-explanatory, I believe, so there's nothing I need to add here. All right, and here's another. Some of these have titles. I just don't see them right now, and I don't remember them all by heart anymore. I create a lot of artwork, and I'm a bit workaholic and very productive. So, yeah, so I just don't remember. But on my Instagram, you'll probably find the name for this. Yeah, I don't remember what the name is. It's something cool, for sure. All right. Here's one more. So, some of these cutouts that I find, they're just so cool in themselves, like this interior here. And it's kind of, I don't always want to distort it. Like, I want to save as much as possible, but also don't steal somebody's artwork, right? So you have to be mindful of that when you create, because I don't want some other artist coming to me and saying, "Hey, you stole my artwork." Yeah, no artist wants to go through that. So yeah, so I need to change it and distort it enough so that it doesn't look like the original artwork from somebody, or use pieces of it. But I try not to. This is from a magazine, and it is partially, it's a part of the full page of whatever it was. So I believe, yeah, that floor behind there is separate. These guys, this thing in the back, and then the butterflies, and then I have prolonged this floor, these floor tiles, just adding a little bit more, interest to this artwork. So I would say this is kind of a study. Yeah. And let me get one more work here. Because this is my favorite series, I would say. Even though it's just two artworks, but who knows, I might come across some more correct or suitable figures and faces that I'll create some more of these. So this series is called all right, give me one moment, because I don't want to say it wrong. I said it so many times. Kintsugi. So those of you who don't know, kintsugi is a Japanese philosophy behind fixing broken objects using like special tools and whatnot, and with the use of gold. So this is where this artwork comes from. This was actually an accident because I was trying to get the face, the paper from the magazine. I wanted to tear it out and then cut out the face, and it just so happened that it cut in two, and therefore I added that paper behind there is actually very shiny, and then I added some more gold leaf around it to fix her, basically. That's the whole idea behind it. And the second piece out of this is probably one of my favorites, and I'm not sure I'm ready to sell it yet. I might just be selling prints of it for now, because I don't know, there's something about it that is like so emotional, and it's just, I don't know, it's my favorite. All right, post in the comments which one did you like most. Again, any questions, I'll be happy to answer. And let's see here what other artworks I'm ready to show you. All right. This artwork is called This Is Love. I created it. Oops. What's going on here? Okay. Are you guys still there? All right, looks like you're fine. Something has happened with the live stream. So this artwork is called This Is Love. I created it, and I have different, it's a digital collage, therefore I have different sizes of this artwork, and I just picked up one big size print, large size print from an exhibition here as part of Ohio Art League. So this it's a series. There are 3 collages, but this one is my favorite out of 3. And it has a story behind it. I was in Ukraine traveling. As for those of you who know, I am from Ukraine, so I travel there home quite often every year. And I was returning from a trip with my mom, and I actually got sick with COVID on the way back from the trip to home. And I was kind of feverish, and I couldn't sleep in the bus. So I decided to maybe try and create something. Sometimes in that state where your mind is not working, I can really create something different, something interesting. So this plant is reminds me of my childhood, because we near my school where I used to study, they used to plant them when they were growing, and kind of the hugging of that plant, um, just shows how much I love my country. I love how much I love, and I remember, and cherish those memories from my childhood. So yeah, so this is what it represents. And but people, see whatever they like and whatever that resonates with them. If you want to post in the comments whatever you see in it and how it resonates with you, that would be great. So here's a close-up. Okay, so that's one. Let's show you some more here. This one is a audience favorite. It's called no, not Trapped. Tangled. I do have Trapped, but that's a different one. This is a digital collage that I did. All right, let's see here. This is one of my absolute favorites, and it's from the series Fusion. There are 3 in the series, where I am placing the human beings. 2 of them I'm placing kind of in the nature, where you become a part of nature. And then the 3rd one is where I'm inviting nature into my space. And I absolutely love all 3 of them, the series. And one of the 3 large prints that I have, the canvas print of this, is actually in my living room. And yeah, so it's about reconnecting with nature. With so one of them is called Serenity. The other 2 don't really have the name to them, but they all give me the feeling of calm and escape into nature, reconnection, and yeah, that's the story behind it. Okay, and I'll show you some more prints that I have here. Let's see. This is another analog collage, and this one is actually 2-sided. So on one side, and you'll see the second side on Instagram. I posted it. Yeah. There's no like name or anything, title. This is untitled. I just have it this way. Weird. Okay, let's see. This is one of the older artworks. It's called Spectators. And the story behind it is like we have we as people, some of us, we take a lot of effort to do something, to excel, to create, to work on yourself and produce something amazing, while others are just spectators of that. And I think it's about that struggle that we all have, or maybe most of us have as humans. I can't speak for all, but I have it for sure, where it looks so easy from the side, maybe, but in reality, you know how much work have been put into creating something for others to actually spectate it and admire. So that's the whole story behind that artwork. And then I'll show you. So this is the second one of the three artworks from the Fusion series. And I'll leave you with the last piece, and this piece is called The Net. So it means basically the dangers that the internet have provide. The internet, the World Wide Web net provides. So the dangers that it can show to people. So just be mindful. This is about being mindful and being a critical thinker when you're surfing. Oh, sorry. This is called surfing the net. Sorry, I forgot. Like I said, I create a lot of artwork, and now I'm at that stage where I'm forgetting the titles. So bad artist, but not so bad because I keep creating. And yeah. All right, so I think I'm gonna wrap up for today. Thank you for those who stayed throughout and to the end. If you were on YouTube and I did not see your questions, then I would prefer if you go to Instagram and send me a chat. And follow me on Instagram, because that's where I post most of my artwork, and you can find the links where to purchase or inquire or just follow and admire what I have to offer to this world as I'm moving forward in my artist career. Thank you everybody for your time. Take care.